Hey guys, it's Veronica from teacherveronica.com, and on this channel you will learn tips and tricks for teaching online and making money while staying home with your kids. So today we are diving into some homeschooling myths that we are going to dispel or debunk. But before we do, please be sure to hit that subscribe button below so you can be notified of upcoming videos. We've been homeschooling for the last 13 years, and over the years, I have heard so many different versions of the same type of concern or problem that people have when contemplating homeschooling. Homeschooling honestly looks different for different families. There is not one set rule of thumb for homeschooling. Some different examples of types of homeschooling are parent-led homeschooling, which is the pretty traditional version of homeschooling where the parent is the teacher, the parent or both parents. There's homeschool co-op, where certain parents will volunteer to teach and a group of children will take certain classes within that homeschool group. Those are a lot of fun. There's tutor-led homeschooling. I think that's maybe for like the rich and famous. I can't afford a tutor. There's online homeschooling, which can either be done independently through, and I don't mean independently as in just throw the kid out there, but independently in the sense that you're not tied to a public school system, but you are doing it through an online virtual program. That could be through streaming video or DVDs. We've done both. And then of course there's the virtual hybrid thing that's kind of happening right now in some states. Homeschooling can be any one of those, or it can be a combination of those. We have done online before. We have also done parent-led for most of the 13 years. We've also done co-ops and participated in co-ops with other families, and those can be so much fun because other parents bring other things to the table that maybe you're not good at, or I am not that crafty. I'm not one of those crafty moms that's always on Pinterest. I don't think I have any crafty bones. So co-ops can be a lot of fun. We're not going to dive too deep into that today. We can talk about that in another video. I just want you to rest assured that homeschooling is not cut and dry. It is not one size fits all, which is what makes it so wonderful because each family can tailor it to their specific needs. So the first myth that I have heard ever since I decided to homeschool my kids, it has been going on for years and years and years. The first myth, and you probably know what I'm going to say, homeschooled kids are not socialized, or they lack in socialization skills. They have nobody to socialize with except for their parents and their siblings or whatever the case may be. In my personal opinion, I believe that homeschool children are more socially capable of interacting with a variety of different people, and here's why. They get to interact and engage with children of all different ages, and they learn how to interact with them. This is an important skill. As a homeschooled child, you are not stuck in a classroom with same-aged peers all day, 5 days a week, for 9-ish months out of the year. I have seen that homeschool kids have a very rich social experience because they don't just interact with peers of their same age, they interact with peers of various ages, they interact with adults on a regular basis that are not part of their family, they interact with community members, community leaders, with random people at the store while shopping, and so on. Also, if you belong to a homeschool group or a homeschool co-op, you have so many opportunities to enrich your child's homeschooling experience. We have taken so many field trips over the last 13 years. So many field trips, I can't even begin to list them. My kids have taken part in spelling bees. They've been part of a bowling team. They've been part of the soccer team, all with their homeschool group. They've participated in science fairs, International Day, countless co-ops, all related to different subjects. They used to be in a weekly painting class, the kind of painting where the teacher stands at the front and like grown-ups do it all the time. Well, it was the same thing, but for kids. They loved it. It was so much fun. And we did that weekly, every single week with the homeschool group. They've done individual and group music lessons. There is so much that is available to homeschoolers that maybe wasn't available before, but because it's become more popular, there are countless opportunities for socializing and for enriching that social experience. The second myth that I have heard over the years is that I'm just not qualified to teach. Well, you don't have to be an expert in every single subject in order to teach your child. First and foremost, check out your state's laws. Some states require a high school diploma. Some states require a college degree of some sort, a 2-year, a 4-year. Just research your particular state for what requirements they have. There's a huge variety of curriculum out there, and most of it has teacher books. The parent, the book that the teachers used to have when we were in school, the one that had all the answers. Yeah, the particular curriculum that I use, it tells me exactly what I need to do line by line for that particular lesson. It tells me the supplementary charts or whatever worksheet we're doing that day, what the homework is, like everything, literally everything. Not all curriculums are like this, but mine is, because as I mentioned before, I am not a teacher by trade. I'm a social worker by trade. So when I first started, I was so unsure of myself. I don't know how to teach him. What am I going to teach him? I was intimidated by the process, and I got this curriculum that just has it step by step by step. It was wonderful. It took all of the guesswork out of it. So if that is what you need, that's available to you. Third myth I've heard is it's too stressful. My kids would never listen to me. I can't teach them. We'd butt heads all day. Okay. I don't want to tell anybody how to run their household, but if your kids are not going to listen to you, there's a deeper issue. I'm sorry. Okay guys, so as I'm sitting here in a student no-show, I am editing my video, and I didn't want you guys to have the impression that my kids are perfect 100% of the time. No, my kids sometimes don't listen either. I didn't mean for that to be condescending in any way. I just wanted you to know that I am down in the trenches with you, and my main point that I'm trying to get across is that if you set your expectations for your classroom, your kids will follow. Just keep watching, okay? I just wanted to let you know I am down in the trenches with you too. Sometimes my kids are too wiggly and they just have a hard time sitting down and listening, but it can be done, I promise. No, really, listen. What is your why? Think about it. Pause the video if you need to, but think, why do you want to homeschool? Are you unhappy with your child's current education? Is your child being bullied? Do you just want to homeschool because it brings you joy? Find your why and then write it down and put it in a place where you can see it every day. You have to have the mindset first, and then your children will follow. Set the expectations, not just for your day, but for school, period. Set the expectations. The beauty of it is that if it's not working, you can adjust them. You can change them. You can be flexible because you're in charge. Yes, this is going to require some time and some effort on your part for sure. But set your expectations and stick to them. Your children will follow suit. I always tell them, the faster we work, the faster we'll be finished. I'll give them incentives. I'll give them rewards. Your homeschool experience or your homeschool expectations can evolve from year to year, from child to child, even from season to season. For example, when we lived in Florida, we would school throughout the summer. I know, kids are usually off in the summer. It's so hot in Florida. The beaches are packed, the parks are packed, everything is packed because all the kids are out from school and it is just so hot. So we would school throughout the summer, and come fall/winter, which is really just a lesser version of summer. So we would spend a lot more time outside during those times. The kids were back in school, so the homeschoolers had the parks to themselves, the beaches to themselves. It was great. Seriously though, setting expectations is so important in having a successful homeschooling year. Remember, be flexible. This is why we homeschool. We have children of varying abilities as well, not just varying ages. One of my children has cerebral palsy. She's in a wheelchair. One of my children is on the autism spectrum. He has what used to be called Asperger's and is now autism spectrum disorder. And my other child is ADHD. So we have all varying levels. What keeps me sane is my why. Okay? My why. Even on those days where I'm like, why do we homeschool? Then I remember my why. So everybody's why is different, and you need to establish your why, establish your expectations, and your children will follow suit. Also, make it fun. Throughout the day, we have to get our wiggles out. We have to go outside and run a little bit, do some push-ups for the older one. He loves to do push-ups or any strength-related activities. So those are little breaks and rewards for him. And sometimes they say, Mom, I need a break. Can I have a 5-minute break? Yeah, go. Sometimes when the weather's beautiful, we school outside just to change it up. It gets boring to just sit there and look at a book or so make it fun, make it interesting. Set your kids up for success. Fourth myth is that you need a dedicated classroom. That would be so lovely. That's like a homeschooling unicorn. I don't know. I personally don't know anybody that has a homeschooling classroom, but I've seen so many parents that have beautiful homeschooling classrooms or functional homeschooling classrooms. They don't have to be beautiful, just a separate space outside of the main living area. Oh, how I have dreamed of that, but it's never been a reality for us. Is it ideal? Sure, but it's not necessary. We've homeschooled at our dining room table. We've homeschooled in the living room on the sofa. We've carved out like a little nook, not a structural nook, but just carved out a little area of the living room to put their desks and their rolling drawers, their cubbies, where their books are kept. Each one has a set of rolling drawers so they can just go and get their individual subjects and work on them, and everything's organized. So we've done that before. We've schooled in cars, we've schooled in waiting rooms, we've schooled in the front yard, in the backyard, at grandma's house. The fifth myth that I'm going to cover in this video is the belief that homeschooling does not prepare children for real life, that they are not capable of handling real life situations because they've been homeschooled. I have found this to be the complete opposite. On the contrary, children grow up being a functional part of the family. They learn what makes the family run. They learn how to cook. They learn how to wash, dry, fold laundry, how to clean things. They learn how to problem solve. They learn how to shop wisely, how to use coupons, banking. They learn so many skills, even as little ones. At the moment, my 15-year-old son is in the kitchen getting all the prep work done for when I finish this video. Yeah, he's chopping up garlic. He knows how to cook. He has learned how to make various different dishes. He's helped me in the past where I'm not feeling well or I'm tired, and he's like, I'll cook. Wow, awesome. Yes, I feel that children that are homeschooled end up having a really good foundation for dealing with real life situations. Most of the time, they know how to take care of themselves. They know how to do their own laundry, how to fix things around the house. My husband will often take my 15-year-old and sometimes the 9-year-old to do some sort of minor repair, teaching them skills, teach them how to change a tire, how to jumpstart a car, how to fix a faucet, how to change a toilet. It's these unique experiences that each family can provide to their children that really makes up the whole homeschooling experience. It can be as wonderful and elaborate as you want it to be, or as wonderfully simple as you want it to be. Either way, whatever you choose that works for you, remember your why. That's what's going to keep you motivated and going, especially on those hard days, because there are hard days. There are hard days when I still wonder, why am I doing this again? Why am I dealing with the stress? And it's my why that keeps me grounded. Whatever you choose, I hope that your takeaway is that homeschooling can be tailored to you and to your individual family needs. This is not a video bashing any type of schooling, so I hope that it did not come off in that way. Stay tuned for the next few upcoming videos where I'll be discussing the differences between unschooling and homeschooling, in case you've never heard that term. I also have a few more homeschool myths to dispel, and we're going to be talking about curriculum as well. If there is anything homeschool related that you have questions about or that you want me to dive into deeper, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to do that. In the meantime, be sure to check out the other videos on my channel to help and inspire you through your homeschooling journey or your online teaching journey. See you soon!